Hi, my name is Michael Barrow and I'm here to tell you about freedom of the press. World Press Freedom Day is observed on May 3rd annually. This year's theme is Media for Democracy, Journalism and Elections in Times of Misinformation. This documentary is inclusive of a contemporary interpretive dance done to an original poem on the silencing of journalists. We'll also be speaking to a few students of the University of Guyana to hear their views on press freedom.
Freedom of the press, it allows persons to give their opinion, especially as it relates to social media issues or current issues happening in society. And it sets a tone for journalists in a sense that you can be able to express your opinion freely without being criticized and stuff like that.
Hi, my name is Times of Disinformation, and I'm a first year communication student. And I would like to have your views on freedom of the press, since tomorrow will be World Press Freedom Day.
Okay, I see. Well, first of all, what I would construe to mean freedom of press would be basically a representation of any ideal, philosophy, or value of any portion of the society through any medium. And more often we see that in the printed medium, which is newspapers, articles, and all these things, but it's also other mediums like social media. There is things like podcasts that all come towards freedom of the press.
And do you think the journalists in Guyana are silenced? How and why?
Well, interestingly enough, I'm happy you asked this question because I do think journalists are silenced, but it's not blatant. And by blatant, I mean there is no use of force that's evident from right away, or it's not clear to a lot of people because the forms of this silence manifest in different ways. It manifests in subtle discrimination in the workplace. It manifests in certain political ideas that are pushed more than others. When a publisher tells one of the staff to prioritize this story over another story that may have a genuine interest to the population. So it manifests in certain ways, and we need to bring awareness about these ways if we truly want to extinguish this silencing of our journalists.
Hello, good night. My name is Times of Disinformation, and I'm a first year communication student. And tomorrow is World Press Freedom Day, and I would like to have your thoughts and views on it.
I think World Press Freedom Day is a day set aside to acknowledge the press, which I think it would be people who, like journalists, reporters, who write newspapers, who deal basically with the media in a whole.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And I would like to ask, do you think local journalists are treated the same as international journalists?
I don't think so. They don't get enough credit, and there are some journalists who are like people who are preparing to be future journalists. They don't have enough scope in Guyana, experience, and probably teaching skills as it relates to being exposed to becoming journalists like the international journalists, how they would have a lot of exposure and they would go around talking, doing the normal stuff.
Freedom has a voice. Freedom has a voice. This voice gives one and all a choice. This voice supports human rights. This voice fights for the unleashing of our insights. Who are we in this lonely land that draws near? Is it just us, or are there people who care? And when we speak, does anyone hear? Because there's a lot to say, a powerful story to share. In times of need, we want power and sharpness like an axe to cut down and dissect all the facts, nothing added like tax. All information minus state terms and conditions. Let us draw our own conclusions without need for press oppression. We want the truth That's the purpose for this rhyme. The truth in politics, development, sports, and crime. Don't try to control me, manipulate, and play with my mind. I have an obligation to society. There will never be a better time. This fight is not about who is popular or little or tall. It is about unity, bravery, and ultimately justice for all. The unhindered truth, despite of race or color, no matter how big or how small. Give us freedom of the press, or we will all fall.